Here we've got a very interesting item that I feel is especially unique and worthy of this little video, just to share it with you. I don't have this item up for sale. This is something that I've had on display in the shop just to share with people. I don't really want to sell this one. It's one that I want to keep it for myself. I'm quite greedy sometimes, and this one's for me. Now, the best I can find about this is that it is Godzilla, obviously, from the invasion of the Astro-Monster. This is a Hiruma Modelcraft Godzilla ball, 2.5 inches in diameter, cast in clear resin. Story behind this was that Godzilla and Rodan were, well, abducted by aliens and taken to Planet X, and while they were captured, they were caught in these energy spheres that looked something vaguely like this. They were taken to Planet X to fight against King Ghidorah, the Astro-Monster himself. There's never been a model of them because it's always been something very difficult to recreate until this. But this particular one, I am told by the Godzilla collector that sold me his collection, that this was an unsuccessful prototype. That I very well can believe when we take a look at this, and if it's true, it certainly does make this incredibly unique and almost impossibly rare. So let's discuss it. The chap used to send presents in the form of reasonably expensive bottles of wine to producers and toy company directors and whatever in Japan. Now, the Japanese way of life, their entire culture, you cannot accept a gift without giving something back in return, and he would occasionally receive wonderful gifts. This is how I've ended up with pieces of Godzilla costume, screen use costume in my collection, and pieces of King Ghidorah's costume as well. Those from the producers of the films, however this from one of the toy company or model company directors. It's an interesting piece. Now, he claims it's an unsuccessful prototype because of all the air bubbles that we can see in and around all here, which shouldn't exist in a finished piece. There's also the indentations, the little pock marks, like craters in the actual Godzilla suit as well. And then you've also got the fact that there's a bit of an indentation here. It's the legs almost collapsing in upon itself, and you may notice the little white, what look like stains, one on the leg there and some up here on the neck. Well, they shouldn't be there, and they become a whole lot more obvious when we look at it from the other side. There you go. It's not something that any toy company, any model company would want to put out there on the market. Certainly not one of the honourable Japanese companies. Lovely little model, and I'm glad that they managed to perfect it, even if only for a very limited time, because this did see a release, as you can see from this one that's currently listed for sale on eBay. Wow, look at that price. And that's for one that actually made it to the shops. And then there's another one that I managed to find at Hake's Auctions in the States, which It went for a price nowhere near as much as that, but still a substantial amount. So, do you think there's any truth to the story? This is an unsuccessful prototype. Do you think there's any truth to the story that this was received as a gift in return for a bottle of whiskey? I dare say received many other nice gifts as well, and I'd love to take a look at some of those, should this story actually be true. What do you think, guys? Please do let me know in the comments down below. And have you got one of these very rare pieces in your collection? I'm surprised I've not had any messages about this, because since I started doing an intro for my weekly videos, this has featured in every single one of them. So you may actually recognise this piece from that. I had expected lots of people getting in touch about this one because it is so rare. Maybe this hasn't been caught by those with the most eagle of eyes. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye bye.